Where do we start? Wyndham Rotunda, also known as Bray Wyatt, tragically passed away last week at the young age of 36. Condolences go out to his family and his young children. Such a sad moment. I think none of us are ever going to truly get over this. That old saying, you don't realise what you've got until it's gone, rings very true in this situation. I don't think any of us realised what a huge impact Bray Wyatt had on our lives. And for people like me who grew up watching Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family, he was our Undertaker. He was our scary, mystical, supernatural character every week on Monday Night Raw that entertained us every week. And I don't think anyone, young, old, wrestling fan, non-wrestling fan, will truly get over Bray Wyatt's death. I also just want to pay my condolences to Luke Harper, also known as Brody Lee or John Huber, who also passed away untimely. Very premature death also, such as Bray Wyatt's. About 3 years ago now. Very untimely death, like I say. Just, honestly, the three main members of the Wyatt family, now there's only Eric Rowan left. That is just eerie. Two great wrestlers, great people, taken far too soon. We just got to hope that Luke Harper and Bray are up there and the Heaven Tag Team Champions or something, honestly. Big rest in peace to Bray and Luke. Big rest in peace. Right, enough of the sob stories. Let's get into it and look at it from a WWE standpoint. I think one thing we do need to acknowledge is this has made us all root for Eric Rowan 100%. We all want WWE to re-sign Eric Rowan, and honestly, I want to see Eric Rowan become a world champion at this point. I feel like he just has so much organic crowd momentum behind him. The crowd would be so much behind Eric Rowan right now. Like, the only member left from the Wyatt family. He could create his own Wyatt family. Him, Bo Dallas or Uncle Howie. Honestly, we're all rooting for him as well. Bo Dallas obviously losing his brother Bray Wyatt. Alexa Bliss maybe. Braun Strowman. That could be a decent faction. But honestly, WWE, if you're listening, re-sign Eric Rowan. Give him that contract and let him become a WWE champion. The last time we saw Bray Wyatt on Monday Night Raw was on the road to WrestleMania, when he came on the Titantron and did the Muscle Man dance on these up to build his match with Lashley at WrestleMania 39, which unfortunately we never got to see and we'll never get to see. But yeah, that was the last time we got to see Wyatt, so it would have been very interesting to see how that whole storyline played out with him and Uncle Howdy and Lashley. Like, that was getting interesting. It's just starting to pick up some heat, and then obviously Bray Wyatt got this illness and never recovered from it. The thing that's interesting for me is what's next for Uncle Howdy, because like I just mentioned previously, his storyline was just getting interesting. So WWE gonna scrap the whole thing, or keep Wyatt's legacy ongoing by having him live on through Uncle Howdy, which is obviously his real life brother. But yeah, what is next for Uncle Howdy? There's definitely a lot of interesting scenarios that could play out there. You could have him be mourning the death of Bray Wyatt, unless they don't want to bring his death into the storyline, which would be understandable. But they kind of did for Eddie Guerrero by having Ray win that Royal Rumble in '06 and feud with Randy and Angle. Could be a similar sort of scenario there. But guys, who would you like to see Uncle Howdy feud with in the future if he does return to WWE, which I personally hope he does return, or just as his normal human self. But yeah, guys, who would you want him to feud with? Maybe LA Knight? Maybe what other supernatural characters are there? I don't even know, guys. Who would you like to see Uncle Howdy feud with? Let me know down in the comments down below. Bray Wyatt's death has left a big void in WWE. Throughout history, there's always been that supernatural character in wrestling, whether you go back to the Attitude Era, even the Golden Era with the likes of Papa Shango. You've got the Boogeyman, you've got Undertaker, as you mentioned previously, you've got Kane, Bray Wyatt himself. Throughout history, every era of WWE, there's always been that supernatural character, and now with the death of Bray Wyatt, there just isn't one in the roster. Obviously, you've got Joe Gacy coming up in NXT. You've got obviously Malachi Black in AEW, but they don't hit the same as Bray. You've obviously got Karrion Kross, which could be interesting. I'd maybe like to see him join a Wyatt legacy feud with the likes of Eric Rowan and Uncle Howdy. I feel like Karrion Kross has potential to be something like Bray Wyatt in the future, but I don't know, man. We had so many stories left to tell with Bray Wyatt, and unfortunately, them stories will never get to be told, and we'll never get to see them. I guess the final message that I want to say is, what is your guys' thoughts on the whole Bray Wyatt situation? Do you think we'll continue to grieve over his death and never get over it, or would it just be one of them things where we can all just forget about it? In my opinion, we'll never get over the death of Bray Wyatt, and WWE will never be the same without him. Let me know in the comments, guys, what do you think, and I appreciate you all for taking your time out your day to watch this video. Sorry if it's been very low quality, but the next ones will be better, don't worry. This is my first one, so it'll be better. Just subscribe and turn on your notifications for more wrestling YouTube videos, and I appreciate you all for watching. See ya.